Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Pacharnane Vishesha Shunyadi Pashattare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare. Thank you, Guruji. Namah Shubhadaya Krishna Bhutale Śrīmad Sankarsana Hare Krishna, everyone. We are very fortunate that we are here again today for the wonderful darshan and Guru Puja of Srila Prabhupada, and now the nectar, one more nectar, that is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. It's like, just recently I heard that Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is like Krishna playing the flute. Actually, Krishna's flute. The sound is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, the ripened fruit of all the Vedic knowledge. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara, we are here, and let us continue the reading of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We are on Canto 8, the withdrawal of cosmic creation, and today we are on Chapter 7, that is Lord Shiva saves the universe by drinking the poison. Namah Shubhadaya Krishna Bhutale Śrīmad Sankarsana Prabhupada Gadeshu Kasartha Bhaktivedanta Namah Shubhadaya Krishna Bhutale Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachayane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desha Tarine. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jananandana Yashodanandana Braja Jananandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Stuta Shri Śrīmati Devangeshra Gurudev Ki Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Stuta Shri Śrīmati Devangeshra AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON and BBT Founder-Acharya Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Stuta Shri Śrīmati Devangeshra Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नाम आचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की जय, श्री गोस्वामी की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री मायापुर धाम की जय, श्री नवदीप धाम की जय, श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, यमुना मैया की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, श्याम वेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। All grace to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All grace to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All grace to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All grace to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All grace to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are on Canto 8, that is the withdrawal of the cosmic creation. We are on Chapter 7. That is Lord Shiva saves universe, and today we are on text 23. Gunamaya swaswaktya asya swargasiti apayan vibho Datse yada swadrik bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Adidham Gunamaya Swasaktyaśya Swarga Siti Apayan Vibho Datse yada swadrik bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bidam Gunamaya swadak swaktyasya Swarga Siti Apayan Vibho Datse yada swadrik bhuman Brahma Vishnu Swabad Dham Gunamaya Swasaktyaśya Swarga Sthiti Apayan Vibho Datse Yada Swadrik Bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bidham Gunamaya Swasaktasya Swaga Siti Apayan Vibho Datse Yada Swadrik Bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bidham Gunamaya Swasaktyasyam Swaga Sthiti Apayan Vibho Datse Yada Swadrik Bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bidham Gunamaya Swasaktasya Swaga Sthiti Apayan Vibho Datse Yada Swadrik Bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bidham. Mothers or Matajis? Gunamaya Swadaktasya Swaga Sthiti Apayan Vibho Datse yada swadrik bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bhidam Gunamaya swasaktasya Swarga Sthiti Apayan Vibho Datse yada swadrik bhuman Brahma Vishnu Shiva Bhidam. Anyone else? Okay. Gunamaya, acting in three modes of activities. Swasaktya, by the external energy of your lordship. Asya, of this material world. Swarga Sthiti Apayan, creation, maintenance and annihilation. Vibho, O Lord, that say you execute. Yada, when. Swadrik, you manifest yourself. Bhuman, O Great One. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Abhidham. As Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. Translation and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīmad Bhāgavatam and Guru Parampara ki Jai. Translation. O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar when you act in creation, maintenance and annihilation. Everyone, we can repeat. O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar when you act in creation, maintenance and annihilation. We have purports by Srila Prabhupada, 2 lines, 2.5. This prayer is actually offered to Lord Vishnu, the Purusha, who is in incarnation as Guna-avtaras, assumes the names Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar. The next is a little bit different, so I'm not covering that. Rather, even though it's little purport, whatever we can discuss, we will discuss. And we see. Om Ajnanatamanandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmitam Yena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadaruvacha Kripa Sindhuba Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we are repeating the translation again. O Lord, you are self-effulgent and supreme. You create this material world by your personal energy, and you assume the names Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar when you act in creation, maintenance and annihilation. So what's happening is, somebody is praying. You know, generally we pray, we start praying, Oh my Lord, Oh Gurudev, like that. So this shows that somebody is praying. Who is praying? So Prajapatis, if we see, go back to verse 21, then Prajapati said, so before that, on verse 20, it says the demigods. So what happened is, how we have reached here is that there was a truce between demons and the demigods. To produce what? To do something, to carry out some important business. What was that business? That both parties were becoming weak. And the solution, they approached Lord Vishnu, and then the solution was that you churn the ocean. Which one? Milk ocean, Kshirosagar. The milk is so potential, so much potency, especially mother's milk, cow milk. So much nectar is there. It requires churning, So then, okay, you churn the ocean, and then the nectar will come out. So then, to churn the ocean, you need two hands. Especially this is a gigantic ocean, Kshirosagar. So that means you need a churning rod. So then they approach Mandara mountain. Both demigods and the demons, they approached the Mandara mountain. They brought the mountain in the middle of the ocean and then started churning. But then it doesn't stay. So then Lord Vishnu, he appeared on the spot, and then he took the form of a Kurma avatar, tortoise. And he float in between, underneath. And then, of course, they started. For that requires a rope. Now, this is not something you go to Bunnings or what's the other one, that you can find a rope there. This is universal churning. That means it requires a big rope which is very thick, and also it can sustain throughout the whole process. You don't want the rope which will break in between, So then what to do? So then they got up the idea that a snake, a big snake, who is the longest snake, is Vasuki. So they requested him that you please, and of course the snake's tendency is what? It bites, and then it takes out the poison. It has so much poison within that if you agitate him, he will bring out the poison. So then they brought, and then they wrap him around. Now they started, but then what happens is that it will float because it's ocean, and ocean has the waves. Even the milk ocean, because it's the ocean, so naturally there will be waves. So it's not stable. So then Lord Vishnu, he took another form, and then he went to on the top of the mountain, and then he stayed. So both top and bottom is Lord Vishnu. This is how we can sustain. This is how we are sustaining. Both our top, the spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, is Lord Vishnu. And even in the bottom, Lord Vishnu is there. His devotees are there. Ananta Shesh is holding, right? So then, now they started churning, and the purpose was to bring out the nectar, Amrita, which will give them the strength, which they both required. But then what happened? We see in the last, I think 19. Yeah. In the 19th verse, we see that 18 and 19. The 18th verse says, there was a poison, the first ratna, first jewel, the first opulence came out was the poison. Consider this poison, it is, sometimes we see in the picture that poison, the blackish poison is coming out, and Lord Shiva is drinking like this. So, this is a milk, white milk, and the poison is coming out. So, the same way, when from externally our heart may appear very clean, but then when we start churning through the devotional process, this bhakti process, then the poison comes out. And then we have to take care of it through more devotional service and through the devotee association. So the halahal came out. And of course, the word is halahal, here is written halahal. Sometimes it is said halahal, either way. It's the poison, it is so strong poison that as soon as it came out, it says that it started spreading throughout different areas, all the direction, up and bottom and everywhere. And what was poison is causing, if we go to burnings and then sometimes we buy some products, chemicals for cleaning, And then there is a written, poison, do not touch, keep it away from kids, right? It's written. There is a reason behind that. That is giving a warning that please keep away. But here what they do, what can they do? They can't run away because it's spreading everywhere. And this is coming out from the ocean. That means the huge quantity. They don't know what to do. And then Lord personally, actually what happened is, before they started churning, then Lord Vishnu, that is, he was there present as a Ajita. He was personally present. So he took the side of demigods and he took the tail part, snake's tail part, and then he held. And then demigods followed him, and then they settled that process that way. And then after some time, he went middle. He just observed them doing the business, churning the business. So what happened is, Lord Vishnu, he was personally helping them. So he was still present. And then because they were not doing enough, they didn't have enough power, so then Lord personally helped them. He also churned the ocean, and then this wish came out. So then demigods along with Lord Ajita, they decided that they approach Lord Shiva. Now why personally Lord is present, he helped demigods hold the mountain, and then also gave the solution. Even before we see, a couple of chapters back, Lord demigods, they approached Lord Brahma. Lord of Brahma, they went, all of them, they went to Kshirosagar. They prayed to Lord, and then Lord appeared. So how come Lord decided that now he is not going to take part now? Rather, he will advise them that please, let's approach Lord Shiva. What is the reason? It is given here as well. That Lord decided. So the verse 19, it says, O king, when that uncontrollable poison was forcefully spreading up and down in all directions, all the demigods, along with the Lord himself, approached Lord Shiva, that is Sadasiva. Feeling unsheltered and very much afraid, they sought shelter of him. And in the purport, it is given that they wanted to give credit. Lord Vishnu wanted to give credit to his devotee, Lord Shiva. He wanted to show how much powerful my devotees are by my mercy. If required, I give them the strength through which they can carry out the business, which is very auspicious, very much bringing happiness to all the living entities. So he empowers his devotees for that purpose. So he wanted to set up that example that yes, I am helping throughout the whole process, but now my devotees like Lord Shiva, they are also helping, they are doing the business. And later we will see Lord Shiva didn't come forward for the nectar. When the nectar came, he didn't come forward. He didn't came that, okay, now I have drank poison, now my right first, I take the nectar. No, he didn't come forward. So this is how Lord Vishnu or Ajita wanted to give credit to Lord Shiva, his devotees. And similarly we can see that Lord Vishnu, of course, Krishna, the supreme, original Lord Vishnu, he gave credit to who? Arjuna. In the 11th chapter, verse 33, what he says? He says, Tasma tvam uttistha yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhunkshva rajyam samdhritam maya vaiti nahatta purvam ev nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. So he says to Krishna says to Arjuna, what he says? Therefore get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, Arjuna, can be but an instrument in the fight. So this is how Lord gives credit to his devotees. Arjuna, he says to Arjuna that they are already dead. You just do your business, you just sincerely fight for me, and that's your victory. You will win the glory. That people will say Arjuna did it. But then, if we go back, okay, before we move to that point, we take another example of our Srila Prabhupada. You know, just like here Lord Ajita wants to give credit to Lord Shiva, similarly, what happened is Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Mora Senapati, Lord Chaitanya and Krishna wanted to give credit to our Srila Prabhupada. So what happened is that he got the business, he got the mission through his spiritual master, the Guru Parampara, that please go to the West and preach in English-speaking countries. You know, he got the message, 1922, then carried out deep within his heart. He is always meditating on that impossible task because he was a grihastha. He was married, family to look after. But then he little by little carried out that order or the instructions or request, whatever we call it, the mission of Krishna and Guru Parampara. And then finally he came to the West, 1965, at the age of 69. And then he established this ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. This is like a Sudarshan disc. ISKCON is like a Sudarshan disc, which goes around all the places and then removes the darkness, ignorance from the hearts of everyone. You know, Krishna has given us, Lord Vasudeva has given us the weapon that is Sudarshan disc. He has handed over to Srila Prabhupada, handed over to us, that we can go around and then kill all the enemies. But Lord Chaitanya, he has encouraged us that killing process is different in Kali Yuga, that you change the qualities, you change from material qualities to spiritual qualities by chanting Hare Krishna, feeding them Krishna Prasadam. Right? So within 10 years, 1966 to 1977, what happened? We have so many centers, 108 centers, so many devotees, ashrams and everything like flourishing. And now the legacy is going on. So, Gurukul, yes, farms, Gurukuls, so many things. And from 40 rupees to 40 crores or so much, you know, now it's like huge. Money cannot justify the feelings, the reciprocation, the purity one developed in the heart, right? So this is how Krishna gave credit to Srila Prabhupada. Now these two devotees, Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva and our Prabhupada, what is their side? So their side is that they remember, they know that this strength is not their own. This strength is coming from, and for that matter Arjuna as well, the strength is coming from Krishna, from Lord Vishnu. So we can see later on that Lord Shiva will tell to Bhavani, his wife, what he will say in the verse, text 40, that I am doing this, what he is doing, that he will drink the poison, he will seek permission from his wife. You know, I was listening that one Maharaj said, it is better to take advice or permission from your wife, especially if you are doing something very important work. Here Lord Shiva, he knows his strength, but then he still, because naturally wife will be worried, like my husband is going to drink nectar, not nectar, he is going to drink poison. So not to worry her, Lord Shiva approached her, and then Bhavani says, yes, my Lord, please go ahead, drink it. I know your strength, and you are doing this supreme justice, beneficial activities for all the whole universe. So then Lord Shiva, he drank. So then he says, I am doing this for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord, who is present right in front of them. That is, Lord Ajita was personally present, you know. So the same way Prabhupada gave credit to Krishna. If we see the beautiful verses in this wonderful prayer that is Markine Bhagavad Dharma, what Prabhupada says, Prabhupada says, nachao, nachao. That is, oh my Lord, however way you want me to dance, you make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. Oh my Lord, I am ready to do whatever as you arrange, I am ready to do. Then, Boro Kripa Koile Krishna. So, my dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. So, this is the strength. So, Lord Shiva knows that, Srila Prabhupada knows that, and Arjuna also knew that. So then, another question is, this is how we can relate that demigods, why they approach. So here, if we see, go back, these qualities, whatever they are going to praise, these qualities refer to Lord Vishnu. So, yes, they are praising Lord Shiva, they are praying to Lord Shiva, but then the qualities they are praising with is Lord Vishnu's qualities. So how we can understand is that, of course, for the maintenance, creation, maintenance and annihilation, Lord takes different guna avtaras, and especially Brahma for passion and Lord Shiva for the destruction. So when it comes to engaging with this material energy, Lord doesn't do directly. Rather, He does through His agency, and that agency is Lord Shiva. So from that perspective, it is described that in Brahma Samhita, verse 8 and also verse 17, that how Sambhu, so how Sambhu manifests, as Shadashiv, here is mentioned about Shadashiv. So then we have spiritual world as well, there also Lord Shiva is there. And in between, in the creation, there is a glance, and that glance for this creative, material creative energy, what is that glance? That glance is Shambhu. Right? Krishna, his glance is Shambhu. And then 17 verses explains about Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh in detail. And then we have wonderful example of this verse, that is 45, Brahma Samhita chapter 5 verse 45. Kshiram yatha dati vikara vishesha yogat. So what is that? Just as milk is transferred into curd by the action of acids, but yet the effect, the curd is neither same as nor different form it causes, which is milk. So I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whom the status or state of Sambhu, or that is Lord Shiva, is transformation for the performance of the work of destructions. So this is what Lord Shiva is. So the demigods, they know, but at the same time they are praying as if He is supreme, as if He is Supreme Lord. Because just 2 chapters back we saw that they are praying to Lord. They went to the Kshirshagar, Brahmaji brought them to Kshirshagar. Now they prayed, again they repeated the same kind of prayers, and now they are praying similarly to Lord Shiva. But then we have to understand that this is praise of Lord Vishnu. And how we can relate is, we have another verse we sing every morning. What is that? Shakshat dharitvena samasta sastre. That is, even we take that spiritual master is same, as good as Lord Himself. But then we also understand the other side, that spiritual master is not Bhagwan, he is not God. And we see the history in what Srila Prabhupada did with his 4 disciples, because they were spreading as if Srila Prabhupada was God, Krishna. And then Prabhupada said, no, you better stay away for some time. Don't pollute. This is pollution of our consciousness. So God is God, Bhagwan is Bhagwan. At the same time, He gives potency to His dear devotees to carry out certain functionality. So the same way, the spiritual master, he receives the potency through the Guru Parampara to carry out the business of saving the souls who are conditioned in the material world. But then the spiritual master, if spiritual master thinks that he is God and he acts like that, then he is not. Prabhupada says something else. Yeah, I did not want to repeat. Yes, his dog, rascal. That's what Prabhupada says, right? So, Lord Shiva understands that, and demigods understand that, and then, of course, Srila Prabhupada also clarifies this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sorry, not Chaitanya Charitamrita, but the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, chapter 8. What Srila Prabhupada writes? Lord Shiva is not one of the living entities. He is more or less Krishna himself. More or less. I mean, this is Srila Prabhupada writing. Because we see the yogurt is coming from milk. But the tendency, the work of yogurt is different than the milk. Even though the source. At the same time, we cannot convert back yogurt into milk. No matter what you do, it will not be transformed. So sometimes, even myself, coming from a Lord Shiva background, by his mercy, that understanding requires deeper understanding, faith, some devotional attitude. Because many people get stuck at just worshipping Lord Shiva as if he is supreme, as if he is Lord. Yes, he acts like that, at the same time he is not supreme. And here it clarifies. The example of milk and yogurt is often given in this regard. Similarly, Lord Shiva is an expansion of Krishna, but he cannot act as Krishna, nor can we derive the spiritual restoration from Lord Shiva that we derive from Krishna. What is that? Love of Godhead. We take the bhakti from him. But at the same time, it's not that he has that potency that he can bring out us. It's only, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tam sarvapapyobhyo mokshashyami. Only Krishna has that final authority. Only he has the ultimate authority. He is the only authority who can deliver us, who can take our karmas, our paths, and then say, okay, go back, come back. You know? No matter how much, and this is the principle we always have to remember. No matter how much advanced we become, we are not going to become God. No matter how much bhakti we develop, even we become Paramahansa level, still, deep within we have to, because this is the same happen what? Vishnudutas. You know, if you read the Canto 6, go back, then what happened is, Ajamil, he is witnessing the conversation, samvad between Vishnudutas and Yamadutas. 3 Yamadutas, 4 Vishnudutas. And then, finally the matter is settled. And this Vishnudutas, they release Ajamil from the clutches of Yamadutas, the Yampash. Look at the strength of Vishnudutas. They have the power to even release the Yampash. That lock is something which master key is only with Yamduta so far. And this is the first time Yamdutas found out that there is another master key through which this Yampash can be opened. And these Vishnudutas are carrying. So then Ajamil noticed, he was so relieved. It's like, wow. And then he wanted to thank Vishnudutas. He wanted to talk with them. But then Vishnuduta disappeared straight away. And Prabhupada writes why they did it. They did it so that Ajamil gets the opportunity to glorify Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Person who is the actual Savior. That's why. So the devotees want to give credit or glorify Lord. They don't want to just stand there so that somebody would praise. Rather they will praise Lord Vishnu. So here, Lord Shiva will do the same. And the demigods, they are praying. The essential difference is that Lord Shiva has a connection with material nature. But Vishnu or Lord Krishna has nothing to do with material nature. So, then how come the demigods, they are praying like this to Lord Shiva? Are they flattering him? No, they are not flattering him. Rather, consider the situation. They are Prajapatis. The word used here is Prajapati. What is Prajapati? The maintainer of the Praja. the caretaker of praja, the caretaker of people, the society, the living entities under their control. So they are Prajapatis, they are maintaining these living entities. Now the situation is this poison is coming out and they don't have any solution, and they saw that Lord Shiva is sitting there with Bhavani in the assembly of his devotees going this Bhagavatam Krishna Katha. So then they approach him. So do you think in this situation they are just flattering, or they have a compassion in their heart that what will happen to all these living entities from the poison? So they were not just flattering, they were not flattering at all. Rather they were actually meaning that, my Lord, you are the only shelter. Please save us from this calamity. Please save us from this poison. This is disturbing us, our consciousness, and all the living entities. So then they approach Lord Shiva. Okay, so now that we discuss about Lord Shiva, we little bit cover of Lord Vishnu as well, especially in terms of because here the verse says Guna Avtaras. So then it's an opportunity to refer or at least revise our understanding of this Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Generally it is given, of course, Krishna's avatar. And what is that verse? Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam. Krishna's incarnations and forms are endless. We cannot count, just like waves are coming and going, we cannot count. Similarly, Krishna has so many incarnations, so many avtaras, we cannot count. But from our understanding, the categories are given. One is Purusha Avtara. So then we have Purusha Avtara. What is that? That is Karanodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu and Shirodaksha Vishnu. Karanodaksha Vishnu creates this whole material world, then Garbhodaksha Vishnu takes care of this one universe, and then Shirodaksha Vishnu, he expands. The same Vishnu expands in each and every atom and soul. And he also lays down in the Kshira Sagar. Then another category is Leela Avtaras. So we have so many Leela Avtaras. Of course, if we read Krishna book, that one page has the Leela Avtaras picture. So many mentioned. Especially in this pastime, already mentioned what? Kurma Avatar is mentioned, then this Matsya Avatar is mentioned, then the after poison, the Amrit. For Amrit, to bring out the Amrit, Lord will personally come, Dhanvantari Avatar. And then, to deliver the Amrit to demigods, he will take another form, and that is Mohini Avatar. He will do this Leela, wonderful Leela, Mohini Avatar. Then we have Guna Avtaras. This is what this verse is referring. That is Guna Avtaras. Guna means the qualities, the modes under which our consciousness we are acting. So that mode, we are saying Sattvagun, Rajagun and Tamagun, the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. So in this, because this is creation, this is material world, it's a creation. The spiritual world, everything is happening under the shelter or under the direction of Yoga Maya. Here the same Yoga Maya takes the form of a Mahamaya or Durga or Bhavani, right? So for that there is a management. And that management is done through these three modes. That is Brahma, mode of goodness, mode of passion and mode of ignorance. So goodness is Lord Vishnu. Passion is Brahma. And ignorance is Lord Shiva. Because three things are already required. We want to create something. If we have just a mode of goodness, we cannot create. Why? Because what will happen? That tendency to do something new will not manifest if we just keep the mode of goodness. Rather, it requires some passion, some creative energy. And that's what Lord Brahma prayed in the 3rd canto, chapter 9. He prayed to Lord for his creative energy. Please grant me that I can manifest this. Even though you have provided all these ingredients, I don't know what to do with these ingredients. Think about if I'm put in a kitchen, I have a rice flour, water, salt and everything is ready, all the ingredients. But I don't know what to do with them. I will not manifest puri, I will not manifest, vada, nice one. It will not manifest. But then some expert cook, he will go inside and then he will manifest everything for Lord. Right? The same way Brahmaji, he prayed that give me that intelligence, give me the direction through which I can manifest. So that passion. And then destruction is also required. To create something, there is a requirement of destruction. And that may happen later. So that is Lord Shiva. But then maintenance is the most important thing. To maintain something is the extraordinary activity. Because the time is ticking and time is making changes in our consciousness, in the practical. We see we go through the 6 kinds of transformation. We are taken birth, then we grow, then we stay, then we produce byproducts, we dwindle, and then we get destroyed, right? So 6 kind of changes are happening. So to maintain something, every year or maybe every few years you have to paint, whether it's your car, whether it's a house, something you have to do. So the maintenance, Lord Vishnu, Krishna, he took charge. That only I can do it. He knows, only he can do it. Only he has that power to provide and sustain everything. So he took it. Then we have Manvantara avatars. 4th category is Manvantara avatars. And then Manvantara avatar is the avatars which appear in the life of one Manu. So in Brahma's day there are about 14 Manus, right? So then we have some names mentioned here, Yagya, Vibhu, Hari, Ajita. So I consider this Ajita is Manvantara avatar. Then we have Yuga avatara. So every millennium, Yuga, Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga and Kali Yuga would have one main avatar, main incarnation. That is Satyuga, Lord Kapila. Treta, Lord Ram. Dwapar, Krishna. Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya, yes, golden avatar. And we have so beautiful Gaunita here. Then we have Sakya Vesh avatar. So Sakti means power or potency, and avatar means the one who is displaying that potency. That is, we have another example of Prithu Maharaj. Then we have an example of 4 Kumaras. 4 Kumaras empowered with knowledge. Narada Muni is a Saktavasha avatar for devotional service. You see, everywhere in the pages of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, wherever Narada Muni goes, he gives bhakti to, like we see, who was that Daksha's initial 10,000 Hayashrava? No. Yeah? And then 1,000, and so many, Dhruva, Prahlad. Brahma empowered with creative power. Then King Prithu empowered with power to maintain all the living entities. Parshuram empowered with power to kill evil elements. That is Kshatriyas. They become ruthless, merciless, not following proper Vedic. Then Vedvyas compile Vedas. So these are Saktya Avatar. And then for us here is Srila Prabhupada. He got the power to spread this Krishna consciousness all around the world. He is the founder of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Even if one wants to dream about it, forget it. We cannot replace Srila Prabhupada, his position. We should not even think this way. Rather, we should just remain humble servant in his legacy. Right? So this is about 6 categories of avatar. And Lord Vishnu, now we specifically discuss a little bit about Lord Vishnu. So the word Vishnu indicates all-pervading, omnipresent and omniscient personality. Krishna is the original candle. This is what we see in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Brahma Samhita. What is that? Verse 46, chapter 5, verse 46. Deepa charevi dasha taram abhupetya. That Lord Krishna is the original candle and all the candles, all the other incarnations follows him. So Lord Vishnu is kind of second candle, we can say. Even though the potency may be the same, but original candle is Krishna. Krishnastu Swayam Bhagwan Swayam. Then the light of one candle being communicated to other candles, although it burns separately in them, is the same in its quality. I adore the premier Lord Govinda, who exhibits himself equally in the same mobile manner in his various manifestations. This is Lord Brahma saying. So with that, we stop here. If any question or comment or any correction. Yes, Prabhuji.
You were saying about Prabhupada's mission. He had no money, he had to take a cargo ship to go there, and he had 3 heart attacks. Going in cargo ship and then 3 heart attacks. So this is the greatness of our Srila Prabhupada.
Yes. He has that sincere quality that he wants to just become instrument in the service of his spiritual master and Krishna. And Krishna sees, even individually, we may not be able to see, not do just like Prabhupada, but if we have that sincerity, just like Lord Shiva and Srila Prabhupada displayed, Arjuna displayed, sincerity, honesty, then we will get that empowerment. Because for our mission also, we require the empowerment.
Unflinching faith.
Unflinching faith, determination, sincerity. So we have wonderful example. And yesterday I asked one question to Maharaj, Vedvyas Priya Maharaj. I can share with others, no problem. So what was the question? After the class, because I wanted to ask, but then I got a chance to ask personally here. So what was the question? Is we see that in Canto 3, Chapter 9, Brahmaji prayed for the creative energy, and now Lord, he appeared, and then he gave him blessings, directions. Now, when we heard the class, we saw that, we heard that Brahmaji, as soon as the first, as a Prajapati, when he created that first 4 Kumaras, then 4 Kumaras, they went for a spiritual purpose, and then he became... So my question was that how come the frustration came? How we can understand that from one point is devotional service, he is doing devotional service, he got the blessings, he got the mercy, and now straight away he got this kind of frustration. So how we understand? So then Maharaj said, yes, for that our desire has to be aligned with Krishna's desire. That whatever we do, that has to be aligned with Krishna's desire. That we don't want to go on that path of just a blame game. You know, just like he narrated the whole example of Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, you know, arguing, and then Lord Vishnu coming in between, and then he says, hang on, both are equal, I am above, in like that. So he explained that rather we follow the higher authorities, that is, we have Srila Prabhupada, we follow the higher Guru Parampara, we take the guidance from these exemplary personalities. Because what will happen if we go on the path of contemporary level, then we will just go on the blame game, and then we will not advance in Krishna consciousness. You know, rather our purpose is to advance in Krishna consciousness as per Krishna's desire. So we start doing that way, then there will not be any frustration. And that's what Brahmaji understood. That he understood, he realized, and later we see Narada Muni, he appeared. You know, the empowered incarnation of devotional service. So this is how it works. So yes, Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. Any other point, question? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the nice class. You mentioned how Lord Krishna, he gives the credit to his devotees, and the devotees in return give it to Lord Krishna. So my question is, we see sometimes in school when we get success or like when we are recognized for our efforts, and then we try to tell our parents and try to get some recognition from them. Is that okay, or is that?
Yeah, very good question. So the question is, of course, she is going, at this stage, she is going to school. So in school, sometimes she gets credit or appreciation for her good work. So then we try to tell this to our parents when we come back. So is that good? Is that good feeling? So yesterday I was listening a lecture by His Holiness Jananand Goswami Maharaj. And he mentioned, he was mentioning about rebellious souls, like why this material world is created, and then, of course, what's the purpose of this material world, and what is the ultimate purpose, going back home, back to Godhead, surrendering to Krishna. But then he was saying that in between the transition phase, we may need to do the needful. What is that? In the beginning, a neophyte, the conditioned soul, we may have to encourage them. We need to appreciate them so that they start listening and they start coming. And then gradually they will realize themselves that, okay, this credit doesn't belong to me, or I don't need. So in the beginning that's okay. If you are seeking, that's okay. But then, because that will encourage, that's what Maharaj, sometimes we have to tolerate so much. Just like Prabhupada, he gives the example. Prabhupada tolerated us so much, disciples. The same way parampara goes on. So that feeling is there. Can we just cut off that feeling? No. Rather we can purify. So you can still go and you can still say, oh yes, I did this. But then deep within you still also realize that that potency is coming from Krishna. Because what is our strength? Mm-hmm. So both, because you are just, someone appreciates your efforts, then you are getting encouragement, which may require for that time it require. Like these devotees, they have done hard work, like a Janmashtami festival, cooking and other areas, everywhere, security and so many other, the pujaris, they have limited time, only 1.5 hours, 1 hour to decorate. Here we are standing outside waiting when the door will open, but inside they have a different, so much rush going on, So now that they have done, they have performed so nice, if we give them some appreciation, what can we give? Just a few words. If we appreciate, that will encourage them to do further, more, nicer. But at the same time, deep within, they will also realize that, hang on, that appreciation, I will pass it to some other devotee, or my guru, or, of course, ultimately Krishna. So it goes both ways. To get the encouragement, yes, you can come and tell your parents, yes, see, mother, we did this, wonderful. Then your mother will remind you that, yes, that is Krishna's mercy. You remember that, I hope it makes sense.
Thank you.
Because Prakriti Kriyamanani Gune Karmani, this verse is very nice. Prakriti Kriyamanani Gune Karmani Sarvasa Ahankara Vibhuratma Karta Ham iti manyate. The conditioned living entity thinks I am the doer, but he is conditioned with the three modes. He doesn't know that the Supreme Person is the actual power giver. Yeah?
Thank you, Prabhu.
So both ways, do it both ways. Otherwise your heart will not satisfy and then you will become morose. That's not what we want. Inspiration and credit, yeah. Like Prabhupada. Prabhupada was getting encouragement, even just yesterday, somebody praised my spiritual master in the thought for the day. one girl from Canada. She wrote very nice letter, how I think recently they visited Canada and then they had that conversation. She asked the questions and then my Gurudev responded, and now she is responding back that, oh, with this your answer I get encouragement and now I'm peace and calm and etc. And then my spiritual master responded, yes, it's very nice that your encouraging words gives me enthusiasm to do something more, that I feel like that little appreciation is coming which is helpful in the spreading the mission of Srila Prabhupada, So it's natural. Krishna does that, so why can't we do it?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai.